Not like
this. That's from The Matrix. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
Hey.
Or maybe we should address our audience every now and then instead of just like hanging out and not talking to anybody.
We could.
You guys, y'all are awesome. First off, I want to say this. Remember in our first season when we just constantly asked people to rate us on the iTunes store?
It was constant.
It was like now it's like the Patreon. It's like we don't care about your affirmation now.
No.
We just care about your money. We're
want
here
your
for
money.
your pockets.
Yeah.
Actually, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any thoughts, hit us up, DM us on Instagram. If you listen to the show, Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were on Tyler Graves. Shout out Tyler Graves.
Yeah,
Gravy.
come on, Gravy.
He posted about us. He said he made it like a quiz. He's like, which one of these is not true? And it was like he had like a Sarah McLachlan or something on his podcast.
I mean,
I think it was actually a Matthew West podcast, which I'm like, what does he do? Just sing? Like,
I don't need that.
Music is a fad. It will fade away.
It's going.
And then he said, nope, this was my podcast.
The construct of instruments and vocals combined to create harmonies and melodies going away.
Yeah, that's just, it's here because you've got Limp Bizkit rocking the set like Russian roulette when you're placing your bet. So don't be upset when it's broken, it's done, because I'm going to be the one to let jet. I think that's the words. I have not listened to it since 10th grade.
I'm not going to challenge that.
We'll just get rolling. That was a banger, bro.
Good. Yeah, that was
It was
good.
so good they put it on there twice. Once with rappers and once without them.
That's how you know they really fell in love with it. Like, hey, we're going to do this song. Do you have other songs? We do, but we really
like
one.
this one.
This one would be
Maybe
great.
we just get different guests. Should we come out with an album? A Christmas album.
Christmas album.
Joseph Tilley, he's dropping a Christmas song. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Do you think he would
do a Christmas
show
song
up
for us?
for No way.
Dude, I almost I saw it on TikTok. He was singing it, and I got in there and typed out, "Aren't you the dude from the intro of that one podcast?" And then I thought,
yes.
I feel like that would, it's almost like if you think, like I thought it'd be funny, but I thought it might be demeaning saying like that's all you've ever done, because he's made actual like legit music.
He's done things.
He had millions of streams this year.
He has. Oh, really?
If he includes our podcast.
Yeah. Come on. Speaking of Joseph.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Quickest
Do you want to
jump.
We didn't even tell him what we're going to talk about today.
I'm so excited because I have no idea where it's going.
It's going to be terrible.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Tyler and Neil Explain Everything podcast. Now officially your fourth favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you go to patreon.com/explain everything to get exclusive episodes. Looks like we made it.
I just drank the last of my coffee and it was the bottom of the French press and I got a whole lot.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at this. Would you look at that?
That's a good facial
Would you look
scrub
at
right
Would
there.
you look at that? Would you look at that?
Look at it.
Just look
Look
at
at
it.
it.
Put it.
You
Do
put it on your shoe.
Yeah. Because you're going to step somewhere on the bottom of my shoe.
Sure, yeah.
Because you'll walk
Naturally.
somewhere and it'll
Right. It's gonna go somewhere else.
It's going back to the earth.
Is that how littering happens?
No.
People put their
This
stuff
is-
on the bottom of their
It's not littering. This is what they sang about. It's called the circle of life.
Oh, okay.
The circle of love. I got to sing every episode.
Yeah, but it's music.
It's in my contract.
That was music.
It's a fact.
And it's going away.
Yeah, everybody.
Hey, we're about to cancel music, just so you know. Music's getting canceled.
Music's pretty racist. I say we do get rid of it. Like,
Oh, it's terrible.
like, why do I have to be bad at it? Just because of the way I look.
Well,
Why do I only have to
there's
sing?
a lot of people.
Welcome to Josh Groban's land. Josh Groban's land.
Josh
It's like Disneyland, but a lot less popular. Why did I sing about Josh
Nobody's
Groban's land?
there. I don't know.
I'm choking on French press grounds. What are we even talking about today?
Ew.
Are we talking about Josh
Gross.
Groban land?
No,
Yeah, that's
we're not.
Grobes.
No, we are talking about a very niche.
This is a very specific.
This is a very specific one. This episode is called Getting Duct Taped to a Seat on an Airline.
Oh my gosh.
And we're not messing around with you. That is actually what this is. This is going to be. So there's I have seen a trend. Didn't realize how much of a trend it is, and COVID has definitely heightened people's. They're
Awareness?
on edge. No, they're on edge on flights.
Because some people are like, that's my truth. And they're like dragging them off the airplane.
100%, yes.
They're like coughing. That's my truth. Research.
Okay, so
Stay on research. Have you seen my Aunt Tammy's Facebook post? It's just a bad pizza. That's what everybody's sick. It's food poisoning. Not COVID.
My Aunt Tammy.
I'm sorry, guys.
No.
Hey, when did you quit listening? That you know what that was?
What?
That was Negan killing those people with the baseball bat.
Gone. Done.
Killing Glenn.
Done.
Negan,
Sorry,
spoiler
Glenn.
alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
No, if you don't know
so
about
I haven't
now.
actually seen that scene. I've
Did
heard
you quit
about
watching
it, but I've
before
not seen
that?
it. Yeah, I quit watching before it.
Huh.
Should I jump back in?
Nope.
I know. And that's the problem with The Walking Dead. You could leave for a season or two and come back and go, oh. Not a lot has happened.
There's one main character who started doing movies who is no longer alive. That's it.
Yeah. And he probably started doing music, but he should come back to Walking Dead because there's
no future there.
There's no future.
Speaking of that, Joseph Tilley, we'd like you to be our third co-host.
Oh.
Because music,
Come on,
I mean,
music,
it's all just a fad.
Music.
Music make you lose control.
Missy
Tyler sings in every episode.
Don't tell them my secrets. I don't air out your dirty laundry, Neil. Let me tell you something about Neil. Neil's smarter than me. How does that feel, bro?
Coffee all over the bottom of his shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
You can imagine where my boogers go. I wasn't going to say it. And then I did.
You did.
I did.
Oh, my
I don't put them under my seat anymore.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay.
What are you even talking about?
So far in 2021, as of August 13th, 655 people have gotten kicked off of commercial domestic flights this year so far.
Because of the COVID stuff. Like stuff related to what comes with flying an airplane.
Well, yeah. So
600 and how many?
655.
655 people tossed out of airplanes.
Tossed out of window.
They weren't putting their mask over their nose. You can't tell me what to do. This is my truth. It's reality. Why don't you do your own research? Get off this plane.
Get off Fox News.
Oh my gosh. Neil.
What?
When these people got kicked off,
Yes.
did they walk them up to the door and then Harrison Ford walks out and goes, get off my plane. And he kicks
I
them
hope
off.
so.
Oh my gosh.
That's how it happened.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Okay.
This year,
I'll shut up.
no,
I'm sorry.
This year
I'm
alone,
sorry, Neil.
we just got an original song, so I just want you to know what that's worth. It's worth $3 a month.
Patreon.com / explain everything.
So far this year, there have been 3,810 reports of unruly passengers. 655 of them have gotten kicked off of flights. So where this whole thing started is I started noticing something recently where a guy got kicked off of a flight pretty famously. But what happened? So his name is Max Berry. He's a 22-year-old. If you have not seen this, it's on TikTok. It is everywhere. He got hammered drunk on a flight. He got handsy with some flight attendants and started screaming at people. This video is it's a masterclass on how to lose your lunch in front of everybody. He loses it, screaming at everybody, and he's yelling at them.
Lose your lunch. Doesn't that mean throw up?
No, you can
toss
lose
up your lunch.
lose your mind. You can toss up your lunch.
Lose
Toss
your
up-
mind is a phrase. That's when
Okay.
you go crazy.
Lose your lunch is not a phrase.
Well, it is, but I think it means throw up. And you said it like you want to lose your
Well,
lunch on a flight. So if you want
like-
to throw up on a flight,
No. Well, he was throwing up words.
okay, all right.
No,
I'll allow
it's
it.
not. No,
I'll
don't allow it. Don't allow it. It's not worth
I'm
it.
not, Neil, you do the job.
So
I'm going to make everything worse. Keep going.
So he starts screaming at people and yelling at them the most random things. One of them is, and this is where the video goes viral. He starts screaming that his parents are worth $2 million. My parents are worth $2 million. And he's sitting on the right side of the plane. And the flight attendants come over and they're telling him to stop. So he's a little drunk. Well, he's not drunk. He's completely drunk.
I'm about to say, a little drunk?
He's all drunk and losing his lunch. And he's screaming at people what his parents are worth. He's yelling at other people on the flight. He's losing it. And he takes a swing at one of the flight attendants.
No.
Like tries
Guy
to
or
try,
gal?
a guy.
Okay. That's a little better.
It's a little better. They come back, and this is the one that kind of went viral. This is why a lot of people know about it. They came back with rolls of duct tape, and they started taping him to a seat. I mean, arms, legs, his head, all of it wrapped around. Imagine, if you ever had duct tape on your skin, when that pulls off, that hair
Why
is...
didn't they just get him off the plane?
Well, they're in the air.
Oh,
They were
okay.
in the air.
So it would be murder.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why they know.
Why didn't they just murder him?
Do you wait?
Right.
Whenever Harrison Ford kicked that guy off his plane, do you think he died?
Oh my
he said,
gosh,
"Get on my
I never
plane,
even
get on
thought
my
about that.
plane."
I thought he was just giving him another chance.
I thought he was going to give him a
life.
vacation, 6 days, 7 nights.
Wow,
Another
6 days, 7 nights. Yeah. What's the lady that was in that?
Ellen DeGeneres' spouse, or dating person. Corina.
That's coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Okay. Coronavirus.
That's why Ellen's show is going away, because she's married to coronavirus.
Well, that would make sense. I'm canceling her.
They taped him to a seat. Almost everybody on the flight is filming it. They've got their flashlights on, their lights are on. They're filming this thing. They taped his mouth shut, and the place is cheering. Like, they're loving this.
Yeah.
It's funny because you hear people in the back like, "Oh no, he didn't."
Well, they're about to be TikTok famous. I would be happy too.
100%.
I'd be like, "Oh, sick! I just need to post this first."
So when they get on the ground, he gets arrested on 3 counts of misdemeanor battery. And
wait, do the police know how much his parents are worth? Because that might change things.
$2 million. So some of the other ones that have happened recently in the past month or so, there is a 13-year-old who tried to kick his way out of one of the windows. Like, kick one of the windows out. Just turns his body toward the window and is just full on heel slamming. He must have had coffee on the bottom of his shoe. He's trying to kick the windows out.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you can't do that. We're taping you the seat.
Yeah.
It's because he got in an argument with his mom about his devices. He's like, Mom,
so he wanted to jump out of an airplane.
Yeah, I want to kick I don't know what he was thinking. You can't really fit through one of those things. I mean,
it could suck you out pretty good.
Yeah, if you're
just gonna pop them bones out. Boop, beep, boop, but it'd be like in Harry Potter. In the Harry Potter, in the second one, whenever they removed his bones and he'd turn into Jello arm, it'd be like that.
I don't know anybody.
We should do it. Explain everything about Harry Potter.
We are going to do it. It's coming.
Harry Potter.
Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. Not me. Not Hermione. You. He's trying to sacrifice himself. My kids love that.
He yelled it at me. Finnick yelled it to me in the car.
I'm sorry.
One guy poured water on the feet. So if you're sitting there and you have a window seat, and the person behind you puts their feet up on your armrest behind you up against the window. Well, what happened is, and the guy filmed it, he shows like this some lady puts her nasty feet with no shoes up on the armrest behind him.
Pass.
So what he does is he reaches around and pours his water all over her feet.
Did he ask first? Like, I bet he asked.
Oh, he tried to ask.
Yeah, and she was just like, "No,
she wouldn't do it.
This is my truth.
No, you beat me to it.
This is my truth. Here are my toes.
Beat me to it.
I don't want to see nobody's foot. I don't like feet.
No,
like, I want to see your foot.
So that lady gets up. They both get in a fight and they get duct taped. So the number of incidents is more than double than all of 2019 and 2020 combined.
Wow.
Only as of June 2021. Do you remember the first time you were flying and you saw people in masks?
Yes.
Was it freaky?
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
It was a little weird because airports are weird anyways. So it's like you're walking through an airport and it's like you've got these like people who are all like together at this moment, but they're traveling. Like, everybody, like, it's weird because everybody has a story that you're acutely aware of.
Yeah.
And then when you go on a plane or you're walking to the airport, it's almost like you're in like 12 Monkeys. Like, it's like, what is about to happen? Yeah. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah.
We were walking. We were out in San Diego, and my flight was different from the other people I was flying with. And I'm walking through the airport, and I see an entire family: mom, dad, and 3 little kids, all wearing gloves and masks. And I was like, what is going on? And I was walking past them. It was like a Jordan
Peterson.
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael
Jackson.
Jordan Poole.
Just cute. That was him. That's who definitely it was. It was like one of these horror movies. You're walking past it and they're just standing there staring. So like
Jason?
You're walking past them slow. Jimmy.
No, Jason. Like, are
Jimmy.
you talking about like the horror movies?
No, it's Key and Peele.
Okay, I'm with you. Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
No, he's a basketball player.
No, it's not him.
Key and Peele.
The director. He's done a couple horror films. Anyways, it was
okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not smart enough to
freak me out.
Yeah.
So
totally.
These are some of the ones that have happened this year. There's an unruly on an American Airlines flight. A guy on an American Airlines flight was so unruly that he was handcuffed and taped. A woman tried to open the plane door mid-flight on an American Airlines that gets up, walks over, and goes to the handle
Why?
to pull it. Just people lose their minds.
Because they have to wear a mask?
I don't know.
Like, what is it?
So the mask is heightening some people's, like, I don't want you to tell me what to do, but then people that have some kind of a mental, they're like, hey, this might push me over the edge. They get in that situation and they just start losing it.
Okay.
So she starts biting flight attendants, swinging at them, trying to kick them. here's what she said. She says, I don't want this plane to fly up anymore. I want the plane to fly down. I'm getting off this plane.
Oh my
that's not good. That's not helpful.
So, can I tell you a story?
Yes.
Because I'm not adding any value to anyone else.
Go for it.
So, when I was an administrator, I worked with another principal, and she was like, whenever we'd go somewhere, she would not get on a plane. She's like, I'll drive 20. She did not want to fly, and because she was deathly afraid of them. So, back like right before 9/11, she was on a plane, and she, the time she was still terrified of them, and she had taken a lot of medicine. Well, she fell asleep, and then like woke up, and they were flying over like the water or something. I guess they were, she stood up and started screaming, we're crashing.
No.
We're going into the water. We're crashing.
Oh, no,
Everybody,
no.
we're crashing. Like freaking out because she was so disoriented and then thought that they were crashing. We're going to die. Screaming.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was like,
you don't want to hear that.
We would always say like, you're lucky you did that before 9/11 or else you would have been
it'd be over.
You'd have been put down.
Yeah.
Not like a puppy, but like they would have duct taped you to the seat.
Slowly.
Yeah.
One of my favorite airplane stories, Gene and I were going on a mission trip to Rwanda with another couple, and we flew from Little Rock to Chicago, and then Chicago was straight flight over to like somewhere in Brussels. And when we're getting on that flight in Chicago, it's really cold in Chicago, and they were getting ready to de-ice the plane. So this other couple, they take, is it Ambien? Does that make you sleep?
Ambien. No, I think Ambien's like a Ritalin, or not Ritalin.
No.
Isn't Ambien like the thing that makes you pay attention?
I thought that Ambien is the one that has like the commercials have like butterflies on it. It's like you can go to sleep and that butterfly lands on you.
Commercials, Neil. I'm very rich. I have Netflix.
No.
No ads. This is where my mic is. Oh, hey.
This is it. So they ended up, we got on the plane, and before we took off, they took like a couple of Ambien each. They said, listen, we need to sleep on this flight. If we don't sleep, we're not going to do well. I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. They did it, but the flight didn't take off. There was something wrong mechanically, so we had to all get off the flight, and we had to stay in the airport for like another 4 hours.
And they had just taken all that.
They were laying down on the floor, like not like over by where the chairs are. I'm talking like where the hard, like the concrete floor is, where everyone is walking. And Gene and I are running around trying with them at first, and then they started not being helpful. We started walking around trying to find like where's our next flight going to be, and they're passed out. What's funny is you'd think we would have helped them, but I just put a camera up and time lapsed everyone walking past them with them laying on the floor for about an hour. And it was
That's incredible. Of course you
footage.
did.
It was incredible.
Smartest man I've ever met.
It's terrible. So the Washington Post, they did an article like to find out like is the FAA allowed our flight attendants, are they allowed to actually do any of this? Because there are people that are complaining saying you're not allowed to duct tape somebody in the air like that. It's like unconstitutional. I don't know what it is, but they said,
Then what are you supposed to do to subdue them?
right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, do you stun gun them? Do you whatever? What?
Well, I would just let them punch everybody in the face, and then they'll be worn out, and they'll go to sleep. And just tuck her out.
Take a couple of Ambien and be done. So the FAA said it is approved and common to secure a person who represents a threat to the flight or to other people. That's in the FAA article. The Washington Post did this. So the FAA trains flight attendants on how to de-escalate the situation first. They try and get them to just calm down. Sir, calm down. They try and get them calm down.
Yeah, I did a training on that. It's called Handle with Care. It's how to chill people out whenever they're upset.
For real?
I don't know if they use that, but it is a technique.
They should.
I had to do it for school when I became principal.
Because you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need to, if a kid's losing their mind trying to hit people, I need to de-escalate them. And if I can't, I need to subdue them. Not like put them down, but like, like be able to hold them without hurting them.
Hug them.
So they're not, essentially that's what you do.
Wow.
You hug them.
Hey, man. Hey.
From behind, not like face to face. That'd be
It's
so
not your
awkward.
fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
I just posted a video last night with that clip in it.
For real?
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's not your fault.
Knew it.
Man.
So
Man.
they train on how to de-escalate it, but what they've done is they've given all flight attendants latitude on how to handle disruptive passengers.
They give them longitude as well? That'd be helpful for flight.
Just latitude.
Oh, okay, great.
Because GPS is all fake because this Earth's be flat.
This Earth's flat. We just got a
flat.
bunch of Adele rocks on the bottom side.
Callbacks. Callbacks.
Hey, so the official role of an airline stewardess or steward, that's what their actual, they don't call them.
Steward. Sorry.
Steward. Mom, look what I can do.
Look what I can do.
Is to maintain cabin safety no matter what means necessary. And they are trained on restraint techniques. Some airlines have straps. Some have handcuffs, like zip ties. Some have handcuffs. Some, but they're rarely used because it's too difficult to get to any of that stuff. So Delta Airlines has a policy that says no passenger can be restrained. which is interesting. They're the only one that does this.
Okay.
The reason why is they say it could hinder them in case of an evacuation, which I get that. The plane's going
You know what's
down.
could hinder? Everybody getting knocked out because Johnny wanted to punch him. Johnny's daddy punched everyone on the flight.
And Linda opened up the door because she wanted the flight to go down.
Johnny's going to get sweaty. We need some air circulation in here.
If Johnny's going to complete his mission, I need to complete mine. So these are the airlines that give if you are flying. These are the airlines that give their flight attendants latitude and longitude to do this. It's United Airlines. It is Southwest Airlines. It's JetBlue. You ever flown JetBlue, Tyler?
Oh, no.
No, don't fly JetBlue or Frontier. I have flown Frontier. Spirit Airlines is like it really doesn't matter. They probably give everybody duct tape. You have to pay extra for it on the way in. They are terrible. So I flew on a Spirit Airlines flight from Houston to Lima, Peru. And it was it was freezing cold on there. They gave you nothing. It was like an 8-hour flight. They gave you not a blanket, not a drink, not water. They didn't give you snacks, nothing. And I asked a question. I said, hey, can you guys give me some water? Can I have just like a cup of water? I said, no, sir. I'm sorry. You had to pay for that ahead of time. I'm like, I can't pay for it now? So no, you have to pay for that ahead of time. And I said, I am dying over here. I'm having a hard time swallowing. And they said, we can give you a cup of ice because that's not technically water. And they gave me a cup of ice. That's the only. And I was already freezing. They did, Tyler. They did. Spirit Airlines don't do it. That's what I just talked about.
Anything. You know they use old planes. They buy old planes.
It doesn't surprise me.
People aren't using it anymore. It's
like
literally
a cargo plane.
a Lego. That ruined my wife was scared of planes. It ruined her.
Spirit did?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a glorified Lego.
It's
is what
terrible.
a Spirit.
It's terrible.
Yes. I didn't know what it feel like. Oh,
Lego.
what do you ever think it would feel like if like you were actually buried alive, but instead of buried alive, you were buried and then thrown into the air?
Oh.
That's a Spirit airline. You're in a coffin flying through the air.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I had a long flight, and I was like, what am I doing? Now, I haven't done Frontier, and I haven't done JetBlue. Have you done Frontier?
Yes, it's one of the cheaper ones too.
To where?
I think
Like domestic?
I want to. Maybe I haven't. Maybe we talked about it. They do it from Little Rock. They'll do it to like Colorado.
Yeah,
is how
yeah.
people say it.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Colorado?
They call it Colorado. Like I heard like 8 people say it that way.
Who says
a
it?
bunch of other people?
How do you say it?
Colorado. Is that wrong?
No, I say Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Is that the way to say it?
No, it's
Rad.
Just,
Colorado. I can see if you just say rad from Colorado.
So the people from north of the Mason-Dixon line will
Colorado.
say New Orleans instead of New Orleans.
Okay, don't say that either.
What do you say it?
New Orleans.
Okay, yeah. So, and Colorado is the one. That's the way I say it?
Okay.
How do you say it? Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah. It feels better that way. Colorado seems uptight. Like, oh, you don't serve sweet tea.
Neil, calm down.
Like, I mean, you can say it ever you want, but also, like, I don't like it.
I'm going to go skiing in Colorado.
Colorado. Oh, cool. Have fun doing your taxes.
Hey, that sounds
That's what
rad.
it sounds like. Like, shut up.
Okay, H&R Block.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
They messed up on my taxes once.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't go to them anymore.
No, more like H&R rectangular prism.
Oh.
It's not an even block.
It's not a block.
So stupid.
Block.
I had nothing to say.
No, you came up with something. It's
it
impressive.
wasn't good.
It's impressive.
It wasn't good.
So a lot of people are actually getting sued now. Airlines are putting their flight attendants on leave after they duct tape somebody.
Oh, so they're okay. How many people have been duct taped? You said the number?
Well, 655 have been kicked off of flights. There have been about 30 so far this year that have been duct taped. I mean, have to be restrained on a flight.
Okay.
But people are getting kicked off. So they're like put on watch the entire time. This is where we have to talk about air marshals at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather have like an air marshal come back there.
Yeah.
And
Tommy Lee, right? Oh, it was U.S. Marshals. I'm sorry.
That's quick.
It's a deep cut.
That was quick.
Yeah, that's all I'm here for.
We're eventually, when we do 3v3.
Back for a man with one arm. Here's a Ford.
Yeah.
It all comes back to
Wow.
Harrison. He has
Which
a lot to do with us.
We said this the other day that he is a guy who is in movies early on in his career and then finds a way to come back again later when he's 80 years older than what he was and do it again.
Yeah.
He's in all these Star Wars movies, all these Indiana Jones movies. Hey, do you remember anything, Mark Cox, this is for you. Do you remember anything about Indiana Jones 4?
I remember about the movie or about when I saw the movie? Okay. There were some skulls and something melted.
And an alien.
Yeah, something melted. Oh, and Shia LaBeouf. He did his best.
Yeah, that's
and
about
then he talked
all I
bad
can
about
remember.
it. Also, when I saw it in theaters, it was the smell. I got to sit by the smelliest person I've ever smelled in my life. I told you about this, right?
Yeah.
I have.
Well, yeah, you have, but I can't remember what did they smell. What did they smell like? Describe it to me.
It smelled like you boiled rotten eggs with rotten milk.
Oh.
And then seeped someone in it, like dipped them in a vat of
dairy
it.
and proteins.
And
what was wrong with them?
Bro, I think, okay. Can I tell the story?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
No,
this is I'm the worst.
Nope,
Tyler screws everything up. That's the name of my podcast.
Not true.
Whenever you leave me for someone better, I'm gonna have to call mine. Tyler screws everything up. Why Neil left. That's what I'll call my podcast. And it's just me telling stories, repeating myself.
I would listen to that.
So we were back in the day. We used to go movie hopping. You go see one movie and then you just walk into another one and see two. So we were doing that. We went into Crystal Skull and it was packed. And there was, we sat kind of get there early because we cheated and sat up there. Really, the prices are cheating us, Neil. And Amanda and I were sitting there and filled up. And there was one empty seat on her right and one empty seat on my left. So we're like in the middle of. And then there was no other double empty seats near the end. And this lady chick comes up and she's like, she looked like a very nature-y chick. Okay. And she was like, hey, can y'all scoot over so we can see it? And we were like, yeah, sure. So we scooted over. Okay. Amanda scooted over. I scooted over. I'm like looking forward because you don't want to like make eye contact because then you're like, love staring at someone. Like, what is this? A teen comedy from the 90s? I'm not going to get nose to nose with you. And so they sit down. I could, feel them sit down. Neil, in like movies where aliens, like Independence Day, like aliens are going to like destroy the world.
Right. Yeah.
And you see the shadow come over the earth.
Oh, yeah.
That was his smell.
Oh.
I felt like the heat of it across my face. It hits my nose and just immediately I lose my breath.
No.
I can feel it go across my face and about the same pace.
Did it hit Amanda?
It hit Amanda. Amanda, not as good at holding it. She goes, oh. She goes, oh, what is that smell? And I lean over and go, shh, somebody next to me.
It's this dude.
I'm not going to lie, Neil. Like, okay, when I talk about how bad this smell was, my throat hurt the next morning from breathing in his odor. Like my throat was sore from breathing. Like halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there. Amanda literally, because she's not next to him, she sat there holding her nose. This is how I saw Crystal Skull. This is how I saw the fourth Indiana Jones, was to this smell.
This is more memorable than
the movie.
Yeah.
And Shia LaBeouf looked great in that leather jacket. And so Amanda's sitting there holding her nose the whole movie, holding it physically with her hand, holding her nose, breathing into her hand. And I'm sitting there.
Gosh.
And I'm like, I can't breathe, Neil. It hurts to breathe. I can't do, and I'm just like, I keep going in my nose naturally. So I had some Reese's Pieces. And so this story is way too long. I grabbed 2 Reese's Pieces and I casually slid them up my nose. Okay. Worked great. I'm breathing out my mouth.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Reese's Pieces. When they get warm, they start melting.
Yes.
So they start melting a little bit in my nose. I can feel it. I'm like, oh gosh. So I go in and I get one out. And then I go in for the other one, and it breaks because it's loose. I've stuck it in the oven for a little bit, so it started getting loose. The goose is almost cooked. Yeah. I go in, about 25 to 30% of it breaks off in my nose. So I'm going in for it, and I shove it deeper into my nose. No. I can't reach it. My hands are too big. My hands are too big. Why wasn't I born with smaller hands? I could have prevented this. Well, I could not. And so what I did was I casually held one side of my nose,
and blew it out.
Shot off the seat in front of me. And that's the story of the stinkiest person I've ever smelled. Never looked him in the face.
So, okay, a couple of things. When you said they smell very nature like.
No, she did. The girlfriend was nature, but she didn't smell.
Oh, okay.
The boyfriend, he took it to another level.
You said it smelled.
She was minor league. He was a Hall of Famer.
Oh gosh. A rotten boiled egg and
melted with
old spoiled milk. Yeah, I was like, is that what nature smells like? That's bad. I don't want to be. I smell like outside.
You smell like outside. That one thing they don't talk about enough.
What?
In movie like Lost. They're on this island. Blah blah blah. They're living off the land.
Oh, they
smell terrible. What are you washing with? And you're not brushing your teeth.
Nope.
every morning. That's every day.
Fuzzy slippers on your teeth.
Fuzzy slippers on your teeth. It's like a dead rabbit was stuck in your mouth.
So that guy is now telling a story to all his friends. He's like, I'm going to see this movie. I sit
By
next
the
to the guy,
most normal
and he's
smelling guy.
picking his nose the entire time and blowing it out
Blowing
on the seat.
Reese's Pieces out. Yeah, he's on his podcast.
Yeah, which we're not listening
Which
to.
was called Stinkiest Man Alive.
Stinkiest Man Alive, subtitle, Why Neil Left.
Why Neil left. It's the hashtag Tyler tells too many stories.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry. Duct tapes in airplanes.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be on people in the airplane than on the airplane on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather be there. Frontier Airlines provides their crew with duct tape.
Still.
Yeah. They give it to them.
They
They're
say,
like, hey.
sue this. Class action lawsuit this. That's right.
Good callbacks. So commercial aviation professor's name is Jim Price. He said that duct tape, rope, and cuffs are better than the alternative, which is hitting someone in the head as hard as possible.
Fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you think is the best? Like, what would to say that? It feels like it could be hard to duct tape someone. Like, you'd have to hold them
it takes
down,
time. Yeah,
loop it
takes,
around.
It takes two people at least. And what has happened is a lot of the passengers end up helping.
Oh, yeah.
They want
They're accomplices. Oh,
yeah,
I would do.
Out.
If somebody's like wailing about and my
100%.
wife's going to be escalated in her
Yes.
nervousness. And then also if I have kids there, I'm putting that mug down. I'm
Yeah.
not playing games with somebody who is dangerous on this flight.
No, definitely not.
100%.
So far, the most cases of agitated passengers are due to, number one, drunkenness.
Wow. So alcohol doesn't make them make good decisions?
No.
Wow.
Which is so weird.
I'm so glad in high school I thought, you know what? I've never seen someone like come up with a good idea when they're drunk. I was like,
yeah.
nobody's like, oh, I'm drunk.
Nope.
Here's the cure for cancer. Like, oh, cool. I'm going to do that. I'm so glad I never got drunk.
And the second most case for agitated passengers is refusal to wear federally masked or federal mandated masks.
Yeah.
So you asked, like, which one is it? It's first of all drunkenness, second of all masks.
Wow.
So
But people have been getting drunk on airplanes for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
like,
I think this is a
combination of everything.
It's a combination of those things. Yeah.
Plus, they don't
I'm
trust people
drunk,
who can't
and
see.
you don't want me to.
Can't see nothing but your ass.
I can't
Yeah,
see.
try teaching them when they're 12.
Gosh.
You know what I mean?
That'd be difficult.
Yeah.
So the FAA has handed out $628,000 in fines in the first 6 months of this year. And here's why. Because it costs the airlines a ton of money because they have to divert a flight to get to land to take 355 people and kick them off the plane. Is that 355?
So every time they duct tape somebody, they land
655.
wherever they can?
They got to land sooner.
Oh, got it.
If they have somebody that they can't restrain, they've got to land sooner. They've got some crazy.
But if they
person
can
on there.
restrain them,
They try, right?
then they're just like, oh, we'll just get there.
We'll keep getting to
Hawaii's coming.
Depends on everything will be better in Hawaii.
Yeah.
They've diverted flights. They have reimbursements to passengers because passengers complain and they get their money back.
Okay.
So they're losing money there, and the downtime for the plane itself. You've got to take the duct tape off. You've got to clean up the mess. You got all that stuff. So it's costing the airlines a lot of money.
Yeah. And plus, whatever Harrison Ford charges to show up.
Get
off my plane.
What is he? What's the? He's
Air
Cameo.
Force
He does it
One?
by Cameo now. He just
He's through Cameo.
He does it through that.
That's more expensive than you would think.
You would. Oh yeah, it is.
I'm like, I don't need $800 to have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar say happy birthday.
And mispronounce your name.
Yeah.
He's not going to say your name.
I'm like, your name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You can't say Tyler.
Happy birthday, Taylor.
Oh, that's going to stick.
Man, that is going to stick. All right. You want to do 3v3?
Yeah. Look at you.
I got it.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is 3v3.
It just keeps going. We didn't play our $201 giveaway sound.
Oh, man.
It's fine.
I mean, how much longer do they have?
They got a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you guys want to.
go to patreon.com/explain everything. We have bonus episodes that drop every week
Every Thursday.
that you don't get to hear on here.
Right.
You're like, oh, they
Like,
can listen to it
man,
early.
One
Nope.
of these a week isn't enough. Well, guess what? We make 2 of them a week.
Double your fun. Double mint gum.
Double it.
For literally for the cost of 2 packs of double mint gum.
For real, you could win
you can win
$201.
$201. And you could buy a lot of gum. with
We are
that.
giving that away in our last episode of 2021.
Yep.
In December 30th.
We have a deadline,
We have a deadline, which is important.
which is Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks for that recommendation.
Yep.
Okay, 3v3. Who would you want most as an air marshal on your flight?
I mean, do I get to pick first?
yes.
I always get to go first. You go first.
No, you go first.
I always go first. Go first, Neil.
no, it's okay.
I will not relinquish
Okay,
this.
Danny DeVito.
Of course.
Is it
Of course, Danny DeVito. Not good in a foot race, but yeah.
No, he's slow.
He's slow. I would
He
say
would be funny. He would calm
my
people
gosh.
down just by his.
So good.
He's jolly. He's jovial. But he can get mean crazy fast. I feel like if you can escalate in the situation, if things are going bad, do you subdue that person or do you get crazier?
Yeah.
And I think he would get crazy.
if I ever go to jail, that's what I've decided. Like I will be the crazy guy. Like
100%.
you don't know. Like just I will be insane.
Yeah.
Unreasonably insane.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with Harrison Ford. I mean, I kind of feel like we've alluded to this the entire episode.
That's your
He
first
was
one.
a U.S. Marshal.
He did great.
Not only was he so good at being a U.S. Marshal he was the
Nope.
Tommy Lee was the U.S.
Tommy
Marshal.
Lee was the U.S. Marshal.
Dang it. Okay.
That's
So
all right.
sorry, you're out, Harrison. Tommy Lee Jones, not the band guy.
Robert Downey Jr. is in that one too. He the bad guy.
Is he really?
U.S. Marshals.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Wesley Snipes is in that movie as well.
Wesley.
Good old Wesley.
He was in Demolition Man.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. They got in the cryogenic freeze. That movie was sponsored by Taco Bell, by the way.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you watch it back later, it is the most blatant. You're like, oh, this is gross. This is a giant Taco Bell commercial.
I love it.
All right, number 2 for me is going to be Kevin Hart.
I was going to take him. I'm not
way!
kidding. Because of the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah. Hobbs and Shaw.
Dang it. I was legit going to take him.
That's
but
my thought. He would be, if he just did what he did there in that movie.
You got it. It's a W every day.
Yeah, but he said, I'm in a giant aluminum tube filled with farts all day long. Like, you got to get me out of here. The amount of gas on a flight.
Unless you put me in like first class, I don't want to be the airplane U.S. Marshal.
No.
Like that is so.
Yeah, it's not. Good.
It's not what you want.
No, and they're trying to blend in. They're not getting the good seats.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. Okay, my turn.
Go.
Snoop Dogg. Remember Soul Plane?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was going to say Snakes on a Plane too because you have Samuel L. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
That is good. That's good. I would say Kristen Wiig from because what she did in
Bridesmaids. I laughed out loud.
Oh yeah,
That scene.
a lot in that movie.
That movie is so
laugh.
good.
So Judd Apatow, is that right, or is it Adam McKay who directed that?
I think that was McKay.
I think it was.
McKay.
They do something really good with their writing. They take their scenarios farther than what you would like. You're like, oh man, don't do that. Oh, not only are you going to do that, you're going to go so much further with that scene, and you're going to make it just unbelievably uncomfortable.
It's Paul Feig.
Oh, Feige.
Feig. No, not
Feig?
Feig.
How do you say it?
No E on the end.
Oh.
Because you're thinking of Feige, the guy, Kevin Feige for Marvel.
Wow.
This is
I
Paul.
didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who wrote it then? Is it
Judd Apatow's connected.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, he's in
maybe
the
he helped.
search.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that would be who. She'd just be funny. She's not going to make a good air marshal, but that's who I would want on the plane.
Oh, Apatow produced it.
Okay.
Oh, she's so great.
Yeah. She's
I'm gonna have to go with is it Leslie Nielsen? Nielsen?
Yeah.
The naked gun guy?
Yeah.
Remember in the movie Airplane,
Oh,
he'd walk
yeah,
in, he goes, don't call me Shirley. Or was he the don't call me Shirley guy?
Good. Yeah.
We're all counting on you. That's what I wanted to
Good luck
say.
out there. We're all counting on
I just
you.
wanted to walk in every time and say, we're all counting on you.
Hey, good luck out there.
Good luck out there.
We're all counting on you. So Abe Smith and I, for years, when he would do worship, he would walk into the production booth and he would say that right before he walked out on stage. He goes, "Hey, good luck out there.
We're all counting on you.
We're all counting on you." All right, this has been getting tough.
Did we do 3?
We did. That was just 3v3. Yeah,
No,
you
did
3.
you say 3 people?
I did.
I said 3 too.
Yeah, we both got it,
3 times 2.
and that's
6.
how math works.
That's how words are. That's how
Yeah,
numbers.
That's how words are.
Avocado. Sorry, I'm stupid.
I don't know which one is the last button that I push.
For
For that
Mr.
one,
Rocky.
for the end. No. Oh yeah.
You
we
want to
gotta
end this? You want to do the
No. We
Will It
so
Rock?
Will It Rock?
We got
Has
to.
he been?
There's no
Okay.
way we get this actually
this the
done
right
in the
button?
30
Is this
minute
the right
mark
button?
ish. Nope.
Nope.
It's almost like they're in order.
The question on everyone's mind: will it rock?
The Neil that
Answer
was
is probably
sorry.
yes.
Tyler's looking down on me right now.
The Neil that set this was like thinking, oh, it's logical. Beginning, next,
Not
end.
Neil now.
Neil ever since then is
Never.
it's like in Beautiful Mind. It's like you're seeing it all,
Yeah.
or in that GIF of Zach Galifianakis coming down the stairs and Hangover. It's all over the place. Okay, so 3v3. So this, or not 3v3. Man,
Got him.
my head is jacked
Got
up.
him.
At least you got it
Yeah.
messed up on the things. I can't even use words hard
Words.
in sentences.
Will it rock?
Will it rock? The question here is, here's my question, Neil. For either, could The Rock duct tape someone to a seat? Yes, he's
Of course.
done all of the steroids in all of the world. Okay, at
There
3
are
in
no
the
more
morning.
steroids.
Yeah, him and Mark Wahlberg are just chewing steroids.
Music has a better chance of sticking around more than steroids do.
And music make you lose control. So here's what we want to do for Will It Rock. How many people, average humans, would it take to duct tape The Rock to an airplane seat? Like how many people in that airplane are gonna have to jump in to get him to
Are
legitimately?
any of those people Jason Statham?
No, he's the air marshal, but he's just sitting in the back reading. He clips to him every now and then. Everything's crazy and clips to him, and he's like reading the newspaper. He glances up and looks back down.
Keeps going.
It's part of the movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And him and Kevin Hart. No. I got it. A better one. I got a better one.
Kevin Hart's?
How many Kevin Hart's would it take to duct tape him?
I mean,
Because Kevin Hart's strong. Like, he's athletic.
Yes.
He played basketball. Like he's athletic.
He's about half the size of The Rock. Yeah.
I would say yes. So how many Kevin Hart's would it take to duct
Is
tape
it
The Rock?
over 10 or under 10? I say it's got to be at least 10.
Well, because you got to factor in
Can he be the
the first ones to go. Yes, the first ones to go after him. He's going to knock him out. So it's
right.
You have to There's going to be 3 or 4 that he legitimately hits, knocks out, pushes to the ground. That the others have to crawl over and because that's the thing with a guy that's that much stronger. You have to just rush him. You can't we're going to take turns going after him. That's not how it works.
No.
You have to just bombard him. And as 2 or 3 are getting beat up, the other 2 or 3 jump on his back, grab his arms.
I agree.
I would say legitimately, because he's going to knock out 3 or 4 before you start subduing him.
Yeah.
I think you're going to look at 10 to 12 because you're going to have 3 on an arm
Easily.
and then a couple to push it. You got to push him into the
And
seat.
somebody has to actually be duct taping. And here's what I think is going to happen. I think some of the Kevin Harts are going to get duct taped to The Rock into the seat in the process because they're trying to hold him down.
Oh, yeah. And
They
he's
can't
going to
get out of
bite
there.
their ear off.
Right. Yeah.
Evander Holyfield. Rest in peace to his ear.
Yeah, I agree. It's over 10.
Okay.
Definitely over 10.
I say 10 to 12, yeah. And because then here's the thing. Not only do you have to it's not like he's going to be I'm fighting it and then he's going to sit in the seat. He's going to fall. That's your instinct. Is to either stand up or fall to the ground. And they're going to have to pick him up.
Is he in first class or is he in coach?
No, he's coach all day.
Coach. Yeah.
I just want to see The Rock sitting on a Spirit airline.
Oh,
you pushed too hard. That wall's coming out.
On a Lego.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So
we
Will
solved
It
that.
Rock?
Yeah, Will It Rock. It's going to take a lot to tape The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Getting duct taped to a seat on an airplane.
We did it, Neil.
Thank you. Most random topic we've ever talked
I know.
about.
I was like, you kept saying
very
this. I thought he was messing with me, but here we are.
No, we really did this one.
Yeah.
We really did
It's
it.
Neil's pet project.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for attending. And if you would, please don't forget to tip your waiter.
Yeah.
And what if that was my outro? This is the lamest outro ever.
forget to
Hey, guys. That's how a star was born. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Explain Everything podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Explain Everything Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you're already here. We love you. No, actually, we're in love with you. Thanks for coming on our TED Talk. Bye.